Welcome back to another episode of A Degree of Dopeness. Today we are going to be talking about education versus experience. And I know that is a subject that students have been begging for a very long time. We're going to talk about the value of education. We're going to talk about the difference between exploring your excitement, it was what I like to call it, your excitement, not your entrepreneurship, but your excitement, something that makes you get up and go to work every day, and versus those who've chosen to take the educational path. So today's episode is going to be a great one. Stick around. I'm so excited to let you guys experience this version of our education. Welcome. Okay.
Hello.
How are you? I am joined today by some beautiful women. Some you know. We've got my sister down here, Danica, again. Hello. And then we've got my other sister, Keisha, who is back, right? And then we are joined by the beautiful Deonza, who is the world-renowned, as I call her, eyelash queen, if y'all can see all of this glory, right? And look at hers. And then we have Styles by Latricia come through. I'm sorry. Did y'all see this? Did y'all see this bun? I don't think y'all saw this bun. And then the jewels. Okay. This is a very exciting episode for me. And I know I use that in the introduction, excitement, because you should be excited about what you do, right? And I know that some of us, we talked about paths and career choices. So I want to talk to you ladies about some choices that you've made, because I know you personally, but they don't know you, and we can all learn. So let's start with you, Deonza.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, what should we know about Deonza's lashes and everything? Oh my God, there's so many things. Go ahead.
Okay, so real quick, I moved here to Arizona about 10 years ago, 8 to 10 years ago, and I decided I needed a little side thing to do while I was going to school.
Side hustle.
So, yep,
Yes.
I'm always doing a hustle.
Always.
I was a single mom at the time, and I needed some extra money. So, my cousin was getting lashes done. And I said, man, these lashes are amazing. I had seen it before in a doctor's office that I had worked for, a doctor's spa, a medical spa in New Mexico. But I was really interested in the whole logistics of it. So I went to the lady that did hers, and she said she trained. So I decided to train. And within probably 2-3 weeks, I started getting clients. She would send me people, but I also had a girl, which she was a godsend.
Yes.
Total godsend. I know God placed her in my life for a reason. She was very popular in town, knew a lot of people, a lot of connections.
Because we know that, with life there comes changes and there's challenges, but you seem to have gotten through that very well. She is here. She is still employed because that hustle, right? I tell my students all the time, if you're a previous student of mine, you already know the answer to this. If you are a new student of mine, you should know that I tell them all the time to have a side gig. Which is your hustle, and then you have your full-time employment, because you never want to put 100% of your responsibilities and your finances in one person's hands. So if you have your full-time and your hustle, no matter what happens over here, your hustle should be something that you can get up when you need to, because that's always something you can rely on, because it's based on skill. So I'm glad that you mentioned that. Now we have Latricia, Styles by Latricia, who, again, hair phenomenal. She's done the cast, so if you're loving what you see so far, we working with what we got right now in the middle of coronavirus. We're trying to stay safe. I know y'all are gonna be like, this is social distancing, but it's okay. It's okay. We know we've all sanitized.
We're not breathing a lot.
And we've been breathing. Inhale. Because we need you to breathe, because she's nervous, y'all. It's okay.
You don't supposed to tell my secret.
It's okay. You're nervous.
But I did want to say, you just said don't put your all in one.
Your eggs are
but I just did that.
When?
So I actually quit my job in August to work at the salon full time. So that kind of gives me like.
All your eggs in one basket? But you know what? Your eggs are in your basket.
My basket, because I'm the boss.
Thank you. That is the difference. I was watching this Tyler Perry interview with T.I. That's a shout out. Exquisite. Great show. Y'all should watch it. But he was talking about ownership is what we missing, especially, and as black women, as women, we don't own enough. We don't take enough ownership in everything that we do. So I'm actually proud of you that you put your eggs in your basket, because bet on you before you bet on them, because they will cut the rope off in a minute, because we've already seen them do it, y'all, if y'all not watching out there in coronavirus land. But Danica, I just want to say that you were, talking to Latricia today, and I noticed how you guys were discussing business plans, and these were women sharing experiences and talking about bartering skills earlier in the day. I heard that. What was it? Credit advice for hairstyles, right? I'll take that deal any day. If anybody out there want to sell some stuff, I'll give you some business knowledge for a free hairstyle. What they call it? Oh, another different world quote. Math hoe? Never mind. Never mind. Mika, do you remember that?
Math
when he put the tag on her back and they had to put a quarter about. Okay, never mind.
I do.
Too much a different world in my life, but a digital, that's what it was, a digital. I'm sorry, I misquoted. I am so sorry, and it was horrible, but
And
anyway.
expeditiously is T.I.'s show.
Yes, what did I say?
Exquisite.
Oh, I'm so,
Okay, I was wondering.
yes, expeditiously. Well, it is exquisitely expeditious.
It is.
So when I
Most
saw it, I
certainly
was
is.
just floored, like, wow.
Yeah.
But anyways, tell us a little bit more about putting your eggs in your basket. Like, what kind of jump you got to take to do that?
I mean, so as far as jumping, I moved from Cali to Arizona a year and a half ago with no clients. So I was like nervous. So I was driving Lyft, and everybody who got in my car, I'm like, at my haircut. At my
I love that
It was
hustle.
a man, I'm like, you got kids, you got aunties,
Right.
grandmas,
Yep.
and my haircut.
And my hair
But
pinch.
I was nervous.
Really?
It took me about like 6 to 7 months to actually put my all into just doing hair. But I told myself, if I'm somewhere else and not in my hometown, I have to do better.
Oh, you are doing
And
great.
then you don't have no one stopping you when you don't know no one.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
Yeah,
And
that's
I just want
good.
to say that this show is not just an educational show, but it's also a sponsorship show. And some things you should know about the people on the show, we are all 100% honest. If this is a product or a service that we are not interested in, we will let you
Sorry.
know how not interested we are in your product that you were trying to sell us.
No truck.
And I
driving
want to
business.
take a moment really quick to talk about some of the products that, these two ladies have, available, because you are entrepreneurs. You guys are doing what you should be doing. So if you want to take a second and just tell me what we're looking at right now, because I know we've seen these, because I've seen them all over.
Right.
Oh, she said get it right. Exactly. If you're going to brand my product, let's make sure the branding is right. I'm sorry.
So I
Okay.
came up with Trish Mink Collection because I'm Latricia, Trish for short. So I sell mink Brazilian bundles.
Okay.
And so this is mink hair, not Brazilian.
Right. I love it.
But and I sell mink lashes. So with that, I put that on my bonnets to pretty much advertise my Brazilian bundles, and my mink lashes. But I also braid. So for
Yes.
long braids and long weaves.
Oh,
and
we've seen it.
ponytails,
They've seen. If you've seen
You
any
can use the
episode,
bonnet.
right? If you've seen any episode right now where you've seen my long braid, right? That
Oh,
was
yeah.
this one right here. I mean, that was beautiful.
Cute.
And if we had more time, I know we was gonna do some jewels and all. Y'all, we so extra.
Oh, my
Y'all don't even understand how extra we are. We just working with what's in the house. But this is an amazing thing, and from what I've heard, because I will I can't lie. I've never used it, so I don't know if it holds.
So one thing you do, all my clients tell me that bonnet do not come off in the middle of the night. It has this elastic.
Okay, well, we're not gonna snatch your ball right here,
So
not
it's tight.
the mannequin.
I didn't mean to do
No,
that.
we gonna give us some class. We gonna give her.
Oh my God.
Oh, can you imagine somebody snatch your wig off in public?
Oh
my God.
Oh no, man, we won't do her like that.
I saved it.
Okay. So what are we doing here? So this bonnet I've never used, but I've heard the reviews because I've been in the shop, you guys, and I go to the shop and I've heard all kinds of people say, "Oh, I love the bonnet. Can I get the bonnet?" I saw a showdown at the bonnet when those two girls was bid warring for it. Do you remember that the last time? I was like, "What is this bonnet?"
yeah.
And I couldn't even get in on it because it was too late. She had sold the last one, so I'm actually gonna take this one for myself,
Okay.
so I can try it out and let people know what it really does. But
Tell the truth.
exactly. But I have used your hair.
I wanna
This
show you
product,
my
you guys. Oh, she said, no, we ain't got to
Show
do
you
it.
my hair.
We just gonna toss the Nika around for a minute. We can just give a little shoulder action. Give a little. No, come on
Oh,
now.
you know how to do it. Do it.
Stop
Oh,
it.
my
I need you
word.
Really? She playing with y'all now. Because just go to my Facebook
I
page.
was
You will
just
see her.
gonna-
I don't know why she lying
I was
right now. This
gonna
is just
suggest
not
the
gonna
same
happen. But the product is phenomenal. And I've been wearing hair. People can research. I have been the winner of least. I almost gave away a product. I was a brand spokeswoman for a hair product, right? We won a contest, and the product was great. You know, I'm even best friends with someone that does hair. He sells hair, and I saw him go through the process of picking these things out and making sure the product was right. And when I hear you talk about this product, I noticed that you went through the same process because it was passion, and you were excited about what you were doing, so you wanted to make sure it was right. And I will tell y'all right now, it is right. That thing toss, it moves, it is never tangled, it doesn't shed. Like, those are the things we're looking for. And I'm just gonna let you know that I don't endorse any brand. My students will tell you in the comments, that is not what she does. So thank you.
Thank you.
And Deonza,
Yes.
me and her, I'm gonna go, because you know I'm honest. First time Deonza did my lashes,
Yep.
great. I was walking around here like a supermodel. Y'all should have seen me. I was fluttering everywhere.
Of course.
The second time, we had changed products, and my entire face swole up. I was walking around here looking like Bird Box. It was so bad. Oh my God. My boyfriend was looking at me. He was like, oh my God, this can't. Why? Close your eyes. I was like, I can't do it. It was horrible. So she was so apologetic. And she was like, please let me fix it. Let me do what I got to do. I said, don't worry about it. I'm at the doctor. We got to get pink eye medicine. But she was constantly checking up on me. You wanted to make sure that I was still good and that my eyes were good. Yeah. Even when we attempted to go back this time, I noticed that the customer service was so impeccable that she wanted to do a test run first.
Yeah.
So we did about 10 lashes to see if they would work out. And then we came back and made another appointment to make sure that I was good to go.
Yes.
That is impeccable customer service. Do you understand?
Thank you.
Where does that come from?
My parents.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Right off the
Easy
bat.
answer.
My parents had their own businesses, and so I saw that growing up. How to treat people, how to talk to people, how to make whatever you do mean something. And I love what I do, so if I can't, I don't have any way to advertise.
Yes.
I advertise by mouth.
Well,
I've
we right here.
advertised this whole time. So I don't have a page or anything yet. I was waiting until I got my license and everything done. But they taught me how to do really good customer service and how to take care of people, and that's, I have to credit them. Yeah.
You know, that leads us to the second part of this conversation, and that is the education versus the experience side. So we've talked about your entrepreneurship, we've talked about your experiences, and I've noticed that you guys are like, my hustle got me here, my parents got me here, my spirit got me here, my knowledge got me here, you know? So what part was the real education? And I'm a professor, so I would really like to know, like, what part of the schooling and the formal education was the most helpful in your career paths? And if,
I'll answer. The instructors.
the instructors, okay.
A good instructor, and I love to teach. So I need somebody that's good to teach when I'm taking school, and I love school.
Oh.
So yeah, I would say the instructors and how they connect with you and how they make it important what they're teaching you.
Yes.
The books, I found the errors all in the books.
Oh
all
God, yes,
the
there's
time.
definitely errors in those
all
books.
the time, but it was about that one-on-one and that connection with them and how they taught, I feel.
So you paid for the experience that the instructor had versus the education that maybe the institution was providing.
So I do want to piggyback on her.
Okay.
'Cause as far as when I went to beauty school, it was the teacher that actually came and taught us her way and instead of just like the book. So it made it easier for us. And then she gave us examples like as far as the real word instead of just reading the book. Like,
So you,
I don't want to. Okay, so for instance, okay, parasite. Like it was a crazy example, but she say someone living on you and don't, you know, have
Right, they
a
suck
baby
you
daddy.
dry.
So she
right? I love it. Oh God, I
she
gotta.
used to like kind of like break it down and actually make us understand because I didn't know going to cosmetology school I had to learn anatomy, and biology, and chemistry, and the bone structure, how many bones you have in your face to cut your hair right, you know, all of
I
that.
love that.
So,
So, but it was the teacher that brought it to life.
certain teachers actually want you to really make it, and
Oh.
they actually break it down. Some just go to teach and don't care.
Absolutely. Well, let's hear from a teacher because
Yeah.
Dakisha is a teacher.
Hey,
So,
teacher.
what do you do to make sure that that experience transfers over during your education?
I just try. I do my best to make it relatable, and I believe that no one cares what you know until they know how much you care.
Ooh, I love
So I start with the care, and that was reciprocated. You know, someone did that for me.
that. And Nika, do you have a teacher or an experience that was like, you know, life changing? Welcome back with the cheetah, by the way. We love it. You know, like I said, we filmed this with everything we own, so she couldn't go out and buy nothing new for y'all. So, because this is what we have, and again, she couldn't even help but show up with the cheetah. So go ahead.
I just, I think it's important to surround yourself with good people, and I surround myself with, very knowledgeable people, and I soak it up like a sponge.
Yeah.
I have a lot of older friends. I've always had a lot of older friends, and their knowledge, their wisdom, they always taught me.
Yeah.
I have a big sis, we just called her in the room, Oracle. What do you think if I do this
I love that. I love that you said that, the seniors, because this show isn't pre-recorded. This show is live pretty much, and right now in the midst of the epidemic and the pandemic and the coronavirus and all these other things, we're literally killing off our wisdom, because this disease has attacked our elders.
Absolutely.
So if we're not absorbing all of their wisdom right now, we are losing valuable resources that are obviously far more, important than anything else that you're getting maybe from a school. And I work at a school. I've worked at schools, so I know what schools are for. But it's that experience that we need to capture right now. That far exceeds education, and we actually we have some discussions on like what makes you want to go to school. Like, I know that you've struggled with the ideas of school. She gets so embarrassed, y'all. It is okay.
I've returned to school so many times.
So many times.
It's embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing.
Each and every time I'm like, why am I doing this again?
Yeah.
I don't really need this.
You're good.
I can't start from square one again to get to where I'm already at. So I'm kind of damned if I do, damned if I don't.
Yeah.
I'm damned if I get my degree and start entry level.
Yeah.
My experience supersedes way over entry level. So you kind of just, I don't know where you were going with that.
Yeah, no,
but,
that's what, it makes sense.
Yeah. So
And you decided that, right now it's not valuable for your career path.
No.
And that makes so much sense. And Keisha, I know you're a vet, so you get the free money.
Right.
So did that play a part into you go?
Absolutely. I'm with you.
All right, vet?
The resources.
Vet?
I was a single mom.
Oh.
So your school gets paid for when you're a single mom if you do the right thing.
Yeah.
You look for grants and all the
Oh,
stuff
how
that
you
you
think-
should look for. So, and I've always loved education, but my mom was a teacher.
Yeah. There you
So
go.
I come from that background. My father's been an instructor before at a college, so I have that in me already.
Gotcha.
So that's why I know what to look for in an instructor as well.
Oh, what do we look for in an instructor? Let's go down the line. Your number one characteristic of an instructor, like one that stands out to you. So let's get it, my teaching style where I just point.
The one that knows how to bring color to anything. So it can be black and white, but there are more colors on the spectrum. I respect the teachers who understand that there are more colors. So you got to be diverse.
Yeah.
When you're teaching. Can't just teach one way.
Ooh.
Exactly.
I don't know if this is kind of contradicting, but credentials. I don't care if it's you got a master's, a PhD, or if you have the life experience. You can't teach me how to do something that you really have never done.
Oh, wow. I love that. Right here. What you looking for?
And I was gonna say, as far as like business, some people go to school for business, but a lot of people tell me, why would you go to school for business? Do he own a business? So it's like, but he's a teacher, so I want to go to learn, but they want to know, like, do he own the business?
Oh, the teacher that's up there? Oh, yeah, that's the only reason why my students listen to me, because I've owned several businesses. Yeah, I've owned wedding businesses. I've owned legal businesses, like the little proprietors, as opposed to, not that way. Like, those pyramid scheme, legal type things. Like, I bought into those so I could be an entrepreneur, like those types of businesses. So I've learned. But even Miss Lady Management, this is a very new experience. I've never had a TV show. You would swear we've been doing this forever. Oh, well, thank you. I'm going to own it. My Emmy, I'm going to own it. I'm going to claim it. My Black Girls Rock Award. But, you don't know. What are you looking for? Like, what is it that you were looking for? What was the characteristic you said?
As far as the teachers, I just need to make sure they care.
They
about
care
their
enough?
students. Like, I
Okay.
just need to
And
know.
you too?
I would say experience and being approachable. And the experience part, she says credentials, which are important, but me, I want to know what you did yourself.
Oh,
did you go
yeah.
out and actually do what you're teaching me to do? Because I need to know how successful you were at the beginning, how hard it was. I need to be encouraged.
Yeah.
So those kind of things are important to me.
Oh, my students love the Foot Locker story.
Yeah.
They get it, you know, because sometimes it doesn't have to be, oh, I had a profound awakening. It could have just been the shoes that I needed to give my baby. Let's go. And that's how I knocked out education. Yeah. It wasn't, you know, and I don't want to, you know, diminish education because there is a difference, and I need our audience to really understand there is a difference. I'm not talking about diminishing learning. I'm talking about just breaking down the walls of education right now, because as we're seeing with this panel, and I'm sure most of you out there can relate, that a lot of times it is the experience that is far more valuable than the education. So I'm going to shift it a little bit right now and just talk to you. I know there's a degree up here. There's a degree up here. There's a degree back there, right? You know the show is called A Degree of Dopeness, right? Y'all are aware of that. Okay, so just making sure we do a little plug. So a degree, what does that mean to you? A degree means a lot of things to a lot of people. And I always like to ask before I even start a class, like, what is it that you're trying to get out of this course? Are you trying to use this course for real world applicable information, or are you just trying to get the A? Because even as my nephew said, I can get you the A. What you need me to do? Because that's easy, I can get you the A. But how much of it is actually applicable to life? So I want to know the value that you have in the actual paper of the degree. So who wants to volunteer? I won't.
I guess I'll start.
Okay, go ahead.
I know you're going to call me in. 20 years ago, the degree meant everything to me. It was like, I made it. Yeah, I could do whatever I want. As you get older, you start realizing that, you know, that degree, it doesn't get you, it's not the golden ticket. It's not the Willy Wonka chocolate factory entry. It's basically your degree that you did something, and now we're going to give you a chance. It doesn't just make you super, you know, just go to the top of the list for everybody. You have to still work in the trenches.
Oh yeah, and you know they don't even let you in no more with just a piece of paper.
Oh no,
now you gotta have
the internship
experience.
Yeah, so let's.
Internships ain't done for free work, but we'll leave that alone.
Okay.
You know that's why California got sued. But anyways, we'll leave that be.
Talk about my hometown.
I'm sorry. You know that, right? They was using them interns.
Next.
Okay.
So now,
anyway,
it's not something that's absolutely necessary. It's good to have, but it's not a requirement.
It's definitely not a requirement. This is for me as an educator. But I couldn't get in the classroom unless I had a degree. Right. So I had to go through school. I'm in school now, for those of you who don't know that. I am in my doctoral program, and like you said, honestly, it's the same thing, you know? Sometimes I ask myself, why am I here again? But I'm here again because in order for me to get to the next level in my career, because education is required to have this certification, because I can't sell you a piece of paper if I don't own this piece of paper, like you said, right? So it's the same thing. Got to have a little experience in order to be able to sell me on some things. So that's one of the qualifications of an instructor. That's one of the main ones. Just having that piece of paper to get into those four walls. You know, but if that piece of paper doesn't have any value in it that I can use and take into my career, then how valuable is this said piece of paper? Right? So the degree confidence, what does that actually mean to you? Because a lot of people get it and they feel like they can take on the world now. You know, these kids are like, I got my ticket, my Willy Wonka, I'm going to take over the world. I did it. I walked into jobs.
Willy Wonka.
I walked into jobs like I just knew I had this thing. Do you understand? It was a job about it was like an online insurance company. And I had to take a pretest, right? The pretest, I'm answering like I'm the boss because I got a degree now. They were like, would you prefer to be inside or outside? Oh, outside, I need to be on the go. They were like, would you like to do the same thing over and over again or try to do something different every day? Oh, I need to be spiced and challenged. I need to do something different every day. Did I remind y'all that this is a job where I sit in front of a computer and process insurance claims every day? But I just knew this piece of paper was going to allow me to take over this company.
Take over the company.
Take over the company. That's how much confidence
that's
that piece of paper gave me.
Yeah.
And when they told me, I'm sorry, man, but you didn't even get the interview. I said, I'm sorry, what? No interview.
You're not a good fit.
But I have a piece of paper.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, you didn't answer these questions right according to that piece of paper. So I don't know what job you thought you was going to get in here. But, and that shit, man, like to process? You cannot work in here. I was like, So I'm not going to be able to just have picnics outside.
Amy sure remember
So, where are we with the curly fries? That kind of thing. So anyways, what does that piece of paper confidence do for you? Like, why do we chase it? It's like a carrot almost. Like, but why do we chase it?
I mean, you're excited that you got it, of course, when you first get it. But me, I don't know if I'm still excited because I feel like, well, not just with hairstylists, but you still need to learn more because like life change and then styles change. So I still feel like I need to take classes to learn new things and new ways of doing hair and stuff. So I still feel like, so the paper, I got the paper, got my license, but I still want to take more classes to get further.
Because it's just a ticket. It's just a ticket. Yep. The experience has to keep going. Right. But how much are we going to rack up under this piece of paper in order for it to keep going? That's scary.
Mine too was for my daughter. I wanted to show her. You can do this. If I can do this at 40 years old,
you could have took her mine.
You can do this. I love school. I love education. But it was a beautiful thing to take a picture of the first day and send it to her and all my family and just say, I accomplished it. And I did this with a 4.0.
Oh!
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna brag about myself.
That's a round. You do the shake. I do the round of applause now.
I put my all into it, so that's what it was.
That's about to take that show into a whole nother session.
When you show your kids that you did it, they want to do it.
Yeah.
They do.
All my kids talk about, remember when you graduated? Because they was there.
Yes.
Said you're going to do the same thing.
Here's the thing. My son's in college now. Your son is graduating tomorrow. I'm so excited. Everybody, y'all have no idea, right?
Yes.
That's
an expensive piece of paper. I was fortunate enough to not have to pay for my sons. One, he has really great grandparents and I love them. Shout them out all times. But I also work at a school, so my son's tuition would have been free, but he wanted to stay on the East Coast. But what does that ticket look like? If you don't mind me asking, what does that paper cost as a parent? Like, not just financially, but the emotional withdrawal, like the pull from the household, and then the reliance on this university or college
to take care of my child.
Yes. How is that? What does that cost?
Up there. It costs a lot of faith, a lot of faith, and a little bit of denial of reality. That my son he won't get hurt. He's a football player, and no, he won't get hurt, or nothing will happen. You have to just a little bit of denial. I've survived.
And when he got hurt, how did the university take care of him? Because that's part of the ability to care as an educational institution, right?
They took really good care of him. He has a church family there, so the community was great as well. Okay. So his pastor showed up there. So it was
good.
Couldn't
ask for a better place to send your child.
Well, I could, but like I said.
But they did good with what they had.
They did. They worked it out.
Because some of them don't. I've worked at several, and I'm never going to name any place that I've ever worked because I don't ever want anybody to come after me for anything. But at the end of the day, I've worked at some places that did not do their due diligence to care. There's a lot of students out there that are still trying to figure out how they're going to get by and get over and get through. And, I will say that some have dropped the ball. Even in the midst of this pandemic, a lot of educators are out here dropping the ball. They're not teaching you anything. They're leaving you to discussion questions, and they're leading you to figure it out or to Google it, right? You said you watched Jameer do his homework, and it appalled you. Or was that Jalen? Jalen. Okay, I'm sorry, my nephew. So what was he doing? Cutting and pasting?
Yep.
Cutting and pasting from one document to the next. Google and cut.
He can get it.
Right? That's a dance.
No problem. Oh my word.
Right, this is horrible. But no, that is disgusting.
It is.
And I'm not gonna say all educators are out here doing this because I know I was in the trenches personally with a couple of us. We're zooming in, we're calling students every day, we're taking, tests via Skype. I mean, we're doing all kinds of activities. They did presentations, face to face, and I'm giving them all the energy, and it takes time, because that's our due diligence to care once we jump into that education side. Yeah. So I just want to say that this has been a positive exchange of great power from you women. You all have something to offer the world. You all have something to offer yourselves into each other, right? And I've taken so many jewels. I'm gonna pick up all of my jewels that I got it today and put them in my pocket so I can save them for later. But thank you, Latricia.
No
And
problem.
Styles by Latricia, if y'all didn't see that. Thank you, Deonza, for coming out, looking all beautiful with the braids. I'm loving it. I know, right?
Moods.
What are they called?
Moods.
Moods. Ugh,
Yeah.
I ain't mad at it.
Oh.
Thank you, Lash Queen.
Thank you.
Micro blading and
All
what is
kinds
it?
of new stuff.
All kinds of dermablading,
peels, all kinds of stuff.
Oh,
when I
y'all, my
get that
skin's about to be
license.
flawless.
Yeah.
Y'all don't even understand. We about to barter some things in a minute.
Yes, I love trade.
Because we gonna get that licensing and I'm gonna get me some flawless skin. That's what we. And Keisha, as always, thank you for joining us with your good
My
energy,
pleasure.
your blessings. And Danica, you are here. I love you with your cheetah girls on. I even have a gift for you today because I knew you were gonna come like this.
Oh wow.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Because I need y'all to understand where we're going with this one. Now, here's the gift. It's twofold. No, go ahead. Take it.
It's too fun.
Aww.
What?
How sweet is this? I don't have one of these.
You don't, and you still
Not?
don't, because the secondary parties has to stay on the couch for when you come visit. Thanks, everybody. But I didn't want to disclose it to her before I gave her the gift.
Quarantine couch.
Quarantine couch. But here, you put it on when you come home to this house. When you come to the degree of dopeness, at least you feel welcome. You see a cheetah there, makes you feel all warm and cozy.
Absolutely. Feel right
And we
at
want to
home.
thank you all for again joining us on this episode. I hope you learned some things. I hope that you were taught some things. I hope that you took home some jewels and put them in your pockets. And if you didn't, stay tuned because there is far more to come. And I want to thank you all for joining us and have a blessed day.